Hi. When I was fishing yesterday, I had 2 or 3 big raps which didn't hook a fish, and I decided just to have a look at that. And I think it's down to the sharpness of the hook, amongst other things. I mean, there are other reasons, but I think the sharpness of the hook is one of them. I think I, like many, tend to fish the same hook until it either comes off or it's bent in some way or straightened in some way. And I'm sure that sharpness has something to do with it. When you first take the hook out of the pocket, they are incredibly sharp, and you can never get back to that, even with a sharpening tool. And I use a very fine diamond nail file from for filing ladies' acrylic nails or whatever you do with them. And I can get a nice point back on, but when I compare it with the original hook, it's not the same. And the other thing is that you get little burrs on the end of the hook, which are very difficult to see if you've got eyes like mine. But you can in fact feel them if you're very careful. And we'll just have a look at some hooks which I've got here which illustrate that. So this is a new hook. If I take this little piece of braid and I run it along the side of the hook, on the other side, it doesn't catch. If I run it along the top, it doesn't catch either. I'll just have a look at 2 of the hooks which I've got here. So here, this is a rather extreme example of a damaged hook. You can see by the highlight on the end, where the light is catching it, that the point is bent and blunt. Now when barbel are picking up bait readily and running readily, then that might penetrate and you might catch a fish. But last night when the water was low and the barbel were just fiddling about with the bait, they would feel that before it penetrated, and that would be it to be off. And it was a while before they came back. You can take that off with a nail file, but it's never the same. So there, I've taken that burr off, as you can see by the light on the end there, and it is sharp, but it's nowhere near as sharp as a hook straight out of the packet. This is a much less obvious example. The hook looks fine, but if I run my finger along the top, it feels fine. And on that side there's no bother. If I run my finger down this side, there's a burr. I can feel it. Perhaps I can demonstrate it with some braid. If I take this piece of braid and drag it along that side, you'll see it catches. There. Where that burr is. Now I can take that off with a file, just very gently. There we are, that burr has gone now, and the hook is still very, very sharp. So, sharpness of hooks, very, very important, and to give yourself a real edge. And you should renew your hook, I would think, after every session if you can afford it. But certainly after every couple of sessions, and check during your fishing session to see whether your hook point has been damaged as you've dragged it in. Anyway, I'm going fishing now. And I'll put this on that video, assuming I catch a fish whilst I'm out. Well, my friend Jeff just landed a nice barbel at 8:10. There's a nice little barbel that Jeff's holding up. It won't be very big, I would think it's about, what, 5 or 6 pounds maybe. But a nice take and hard fighting. Very, very pleasing. Nice clean mouth. So we'll pop him straight back in.
There you go.
You say it was?
6 3/4. 7.
6 pounds, 7 ounce chub. Well, well, well. Lovely.